Hi everyone, this is Abhinav from PhoneBunch and welcome to our full review of the Samsung Galaxy A7 2016 edition. Now the first thing you will notice about the Galaxy A7 is its glass and metal finish, resembling the Galaxy S6. Yes, the design has been carried forward. You have the similar glass and metal construction here, which really looks superb. The build quality is really great on this device. Now if we talk about the specific ports and stuff, you have a single nano SIM card slot up top, you have the audio jack, micro USB port, speakerphone, primary microphone, everything at the bottom. On the left you have the volume buttons, which are sturdy, very clicky and offer great feedback. If we move to the right of the device, you will see that you have another SIM card slot and a separate micro SD card slot, so no hybrid business here, which is really a very good addition. So two SIM cards at any given time, and this is a 4G LTE cable device. Overall, the fit and finish and build is really superb and the phone feels great to hold in hand. It doesn't seem bulky even though it is carrying a 3300 mAh battery inside. If we come to the top, you'll find a 5 megapixel camera, f1.9 aperture. There is no notification LED here however. And if we come to the bottom, you have the physical home button, which also doubles up as a fingerprint sensor, and capacitive buttons which thankfully do light up. Now again, you have a 5.5-inch Super AMOLED 1080p panel, crispy, super bright colors, inky blacks, just as you would on any Galaxy device. And you have Corning Gorilla Glass 4 protection at the front and at the back as well. Now you do have that quick launch shortcut available here too. Double tap the home button and you quickly launch the camera app. The camera app does work quite fine. It captures images quickly, there is no shutter lag. However, the camera does take a little bit of time to focus onto your subject. You have tap to focus available there. A pro mode is also available, but you do lack manual focus there. You can change metering modes, there are some effects built in, and you can record 1080p videos with the rear camera. The video quality is again just about decent. The front facing 5 megapixel camera works well. There is a beauty mode which does its job pretty decently, which is quite evident from here. Now let's talk about the rear camera. So it does capture a good amount of detail, especially when there is a lot of light involved. But the color reproduction does leave a bit to be desired. Images do turn out to be a bit undersaturated at times, even underexposed. So overall, this is a pretty decent camera, but when you factor in the price of more than 33,000, that's where things become a bit unsatisfactory. It is just a decent camera at this price point. Even the Nexus 5X as well as the Moto X style do offer better dynamic range, better color reproduction and slightly more details too. And even if we talk about low light imaging, the camera is a bit of a disappointment. And some of the shots are actually out of focus with a lot of noise, and with OIS or Optical Image Stabilization, I actually expected a bit better. Now if we come to video quality as well, again it's just about decent. There too the colors look a bit out of place, and overall the videos really aren't that crispy. With that, let's come to network and call quality. Now here we didn't have any issues at all. Audio quality was great through the earpiece, the speakerphone is quite loud as well, and I didn't have any dropped calls, at least no more than what I usually have with other phones as well. Now NFC is also available, so as soon as payments get introduced in India, you will be able to use this phone to do those. There are some sensors available too, which you can see right here. There is no gyroscope however. Now let's come to music. So that is actually a plus point for this device. You get this very neat headset within the box. These do sound quite alright. They are a bit bass heavy, but then again, they still sound far better than other in-box headsets. You have volume control available, you have a button to receive and end calls, double tap that you can play pause tracks, change tracks as well. Quite a lot of functionality. Even the default Samsung music player, which is available on the A7 and not on the A5, strangely, it does work quite fine. You have Adapt Sound, Sound Alive Plus, TubeAmp. There are quite a lot of sound effects built in which do work fine. Even FM radio is supported with recording in stereo quality. So lots to go for in the multimedia department. You have USB OTG support baked in as well. And again, videos play back flawlessly, whether it's YouTube or local videos. And that goes for the software as well. For most part, the software experience is pretty polished. We have gotten used to TouchWiz now. There's not much bloat that comes pre-installed. You have theme support baked in as well. The animations look slick. There is no major lag whatsoever you would see here. Now we have the Exynos 7580 octa-core processor powering the innards here. So yes, we expected good performance. But still we are on Android 5.1 Lollipop. Now Samsung may update it to Marshmallow, but at present there is no timeline. Now coming to storage, out of the 16 gig, you'll get about 10 odd gigs when you get the device. And you can expand it with a micro SD card, but app data is not movable, so the larger OBB or data files would have to remain in the internal storage, but you can always swap them from the external SD card. Now again, in terms of multitasking, there are a few additions, like you can resize apps, you can use 2 apps at the same time, the dual window mode, that is actually available here. And if we just come to the fingerprint sensor, it works most of the time, about 8 out of 10 times. It's not the fastest fingerprint sensor, I would say, and that's pretty evident. We have seen that from the S6, S6 Edge, Note 5. They all carry the same sensor, but still gets the job done. And the placement, well, it needs to be improved. I really don't like it in the home button. Now there are some motions and gestures. You can flip to mute the device, just press your palm over it. The alarms get muted. That I actually use once or twice by mistake actually. And then you have the one-handed UI mode, which I didn't use much, but it's there. Overall performance is pretty decent on the device, but the RAM management here is a bit of a letdown. Even with 3 gigs where you have more than 500 odd megabytes available, apps are reloaded very quickly. Every 3rd or 4th app is reloaded. Now I didn't miss any notifications or anything like that from Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever. But yes, I can see that Facebook, WhatsApp, or even web browser like Chrome reloaded during that time. But in general, as I said, performance is very slick, apps don't crash. It's a very smooth software experience, which we have come to expect from Samsung. Not much bloat, which is always a great addition. Now, while we are talking about a smooth user experience, I wanted to talk about gaming a little bit too. So I played several high-end games on the Galaxy A7. First of all, it didn't get very hot. Yes, it felt a bit warm because it is made out of metal, so that is where the heat is dissipated. But the gaming performance was actually pretty decent here. Games loaded up quickly, there wasn't much lag in the higher end games. Yes, I did find a little bit of lag in Nova 3, but that was just about it. Dead Trigger 2, Asphalt 8 did actually work quite fine even at higher settings. But given that you just have 16 gigs of onboard storage, that is actually quite a bit of a letdown, especially if you are going to play more than 1 or 2 high-end games. There isn't really that much storage on the device. You can swap out to the external SD card, but I wish that Samsung would have included at least 32 gigs of onboard storage on the A7. I was able to get through 1 full day of use through most of my testing, which is really excellent. And then again, you also have fast charging built in, which is a great boon, especially when you just have to go out and there isn't much juice left in the device. Now then you also have the ultra power saving mode, which I didn't get to use much because I really was able to get through 1 full day and I charged the phone overnight anyways. Now if I just compare it with the Galaxy A5 2016 edition a bit, they're absolutely the same device, same build, same construction, same look, just a larger display and a larger battery. Those are the only differences between the two. And even the software that runs on both of them is absolutely the same. So you can see pretty much no difference between the two, only the screen size. So if you want a smaller display, go with the A5. For a larger display, more RAM, go with the A7. Well folks, with that we come to the end of this review. Now in itself, the Galaxy A7 is a very decent device. Solid display, decent cameras, excellent fit and finish, great build quality. Yes, the back and front do get smudged with fingerprints pretty easily, but that is easily manageable with a back cover. But I am a bit disappointed with the cameras here, and of course the pricing. I can get the Galaxy S6 32GB variant at the same price which has far better cameras and admittedly better performance as well. So why would I go for the Galaxy A7 with just 16 gigs of storage and not that great cameras? Which really baffles me. So I really can't wholeheartedly recommend this device, but if the prices do come down, it would be worth checking out. Well, with that folks, I'll end this video. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let us in the comment section, and as always, have a great day.